This is my business card.
Cool.
You can call me Jack. But this all just Chinese. Can you read Chinese?
不太多了，不看得懂你的名字。I think as well. This was the one that Chi was talking about, right, Jenny?
是通过他来找中国创客还是？
Yeah.
他可以帮你去找中国人，对，或者是你直接问他都可以。
要不我先跟他聊一下。
可以啊。
So can we have a chat? Can we have a small talk in there in the
Yeah,
kitchen?
we can go sit down.
然后我找他。
对，然后他可以帮你介绍一些中国朋友，因为他比较了解的比较多。
I think as well. There's one guy from one of the teams that we talked to previously who can come out and have a chat with you. He's American.
Oh, American.
So he can come out and have a chat with you for a little bit as well. At the moment he's just doing some work, but we can grab him whenever and you can have a chat.
I've already chatted to the laser team.
Oh, the Wazer team?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've already chatted.
That's who I was talking about.
Can we sit in here?
Yeah.
So where are you come from?
I'm Australian.
Do you mind?
No, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm from Brisbane in Australia.
Oh, really? Brisbane? I've traveled in Gold Coast.
Oh yeah, I used to live not very far from the Gold
It's
Coast.
very, very beautiful city.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice. It's nice and relaxed.
Are you born in Brisbane or?
I was born in Canberra.
Canberra.
Yeah, and I grew up in a couple of different places.
Capital.
Yeah, it's the capital.
But the city is very small.
Yes, it's not an interesting city. It's a capital in
It's
pretty
not
much
like a
Maine.
capital.
Yeah, it's not your usual kind of capital.
I think the Sydney or the Melbourne is more like a capital.
Yeah, well that's like the whole sort of joke or story is that both Melbourne and Sydney were vying to be the capital, and they couldn't decide between the two, so in the end they picked someone right in the middle, which is Canberra. So yeah.
I heard that we all send the horse to run, and who got the horse and they meet. At this point,
Really? I've never heard that story.
yeah,
Wow.
it's very interesting. But the Sydney people is
Yeah.
very smart,
Yeah.
and their horse is run very slow, very slow.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Melbourne people is
They're going for an
just
actual
go very
race,
fast,
yeah.
go very fast. So the camera is very close.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
It's funny.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wonder if that's true. It's
It's a
interesting.
Chinese story.
Oh, okay. I mean, it might be true. I
Might be
think
true.
I think a lot of Chinese people probably know a lot more about Australian history than me.
There are many Chinese in Sydney.
there's a lot.
I can see many Chinese.
Actually, like 3 months ago, I went for like a brief holiday in Sydney, and yeah, it was like
amazing.
I reckon like more than half of people
Actually,
there
I
were Chinese and
think
Korean.
I have already been in Sydney in October,
Oh yeah, wow.
and it's really a little like Hong Kong in the downtown
Yeah,
city.
yeah, it is.
And from Circular Quay and
Yeah.
it's a little like Hong Kong. There are many Chinese.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Word,
It really it blew my mind because I think the last time I was there was like many years ago, maybe like 10 years ago or something like that. And there was still a lot of Chinese people then, but like I think it's growing like massively.
Yeah.
There's a lot of immigration to Australia. There's a
Many
lot.
Chinese people when they get rich, they make.
Yeah. They buy everything in Australia. It's good and it's bad.
And it's bad. I think it's bad because the house price is very high.
Yeah, oh, I mean Sydney. Yeah, of course. Sydney's ridiculous for housing prices.
Yeah, it's a little action.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah. Except Sydney's a lot more expensive than Shenzhen.
So how long have you been in China?
So I've been here for it'll be 2 years very soon. I came here on New Year's Day 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's your name?
Sorry, Mike Reed.
Mike.
Yeah, M-I-K-E.
M-I-K-E, Mike. This is your
That's my first name. And my family name is Reed. R-E-E-D.
R-E-E-D. Great. So
Yeah.
what's your position in X?
So my position is, I think, technically mechatronics lead. So mechatronics is like mechanical and electronics together. Yeah, I can write it for you. Yeah. So mechatronics engineering
Your writing is
is
very
the
beautiful.
oh, thank you. It's really not that good. I was trying very hard to make it neat. Yeah, so that's what I studied.
For 2
in
years
university.
and in Hex?
So I've been in hacks pretty much a year, I think.
A year.
Yeah.
In China or?
In China for 2 years.
In China for 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, in China for 2 years.
Yeah.
So in the first year, what are you doing for living?
So I originally had a startup with some friends from university that we started in Brisbane, and we came to Shenzhen for manufacturing. And so,
You're a student?
so back then I just graduated. So at the moment, I've been graduated for, geez, like 4 years, 5 years? I think 4 years. So we graduated, we started a company, then we raised some money through Kickstarter, and then we decided to come to Shenzhen for manufacturing. And we made a couple rounds of our product in Shenzhen, but then for some other reasons I decided I wanted to leave the company.
Why?
It was mostly there was a lot of things, but the long story short was the CEO wasn't really doing his job and was preventing me from making some decisions about how to develop a product, and so we weren't moving forward fast enough and we weren't making money, and so I kind of just told the CEO that if he hadn't raised capital funds within a certain amount of time, then I had to leave because I didn't think the company would succeed if we didn't do that, and he didn't do it, so I left. And so then after that I sort of started looking for engineering jobs. Eventually I started doing consulting work for one of the companies in Hacks, and then while I was doing work for them, the managing director of Hacks offered me a job, and that's how I started working for Hacks.
So in the first time you come to China, you have been a maker, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Or like a maker to come to Shenzhen to manufacturing the.
That's exactly right.
Why
yeah.
did you choose Shenzhen?
So
many cities in China.
Yeah, but like Shenzhen is, like, honestly, there's just a lot of well-known things about it. So like if you ask someone who's a maker in Australia, like, okay, like we need to go to China to like try and get up manufacturing, where do you think we should go? The only 2 cities, or maybe 3 cities that anyone would ever think of is Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. And
Guangzhou?
I mean, yeah, no, not really Guangzhou. Just because like Shenzhen is just so well known for being electronics in particular. So like, I don't really know what the marketplace or like, you know, the ecosystem is like in Guangzhou for this kind of stuff. But it's just.
Guangzhou is more good to the closest business.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So like, I mean, the kind of the stereotype, which I think is also kind of true, is that like all different Chinese cities usually specialize in like a certain type of manufacturing. So like, I know that there's like oh god, I can't remember the name of the city now, but this is one city that manufactures like laser cutters. And so like, if you ever want to buy a laser cutter from China, it always comes like a. Did you know what I mean by a laser cutter?
Yeah. I know.
But like, it always comes from this one city. And so like the thought is that Shenzhen is like the electronics city. So like Shenzhen is like the electronics capital of the world, and it still provides you a really good point to do all kinds of mechanical prototyping. So pretty much if you're doing something that requires electronics, like Shenzhen, at least like the perspective around the world is like the capital of the world for that.
And where are you start your business in Shenzhen? The first business?
So we moved to like. No, actually, we first, mostly because we knew a friend that lived out in Bao'an, and so in Bao'an.
Oh, Bao'an.
Yeah, so we lived right near Lingzhi station.
Oh, Lingzhi.
Yeah, so
my
it's.
home is near there.
Oh really? Yeah, I lived there for like a long time in Shenzhen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
many people are living here.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a really nice place.
Crowded.
I really like it. And so like we first lived there, then we moved to Bao'an Zhongxin, and then from there I left the company, and so I lived in Nanshan for a little bit, and then finally I got the job in with Hacks, and that was when I moved to Futian. So yeah, I spent most of my time really.
It's pretty cool, you know, like this green district, you know, the Huaqiang Road is in the Futian district.
Yeah.
The Futian district is the CBD.
Yeah.
And the Nanshan district is the most famous district in the whole country. Yeah,
more or less.
There are many technology companies.
Yeah, like High Tech Park.
And the Bao'an is, when we say, you know, the next Nanshan.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, because Shenzhen just keeps getting bigger. But yeah, like actually, like out in Bao'an, I mean, I think like Huaqiangbei has the biggest electronics market, and that's why Hacks is here. But there's also like smaller electronics markets, and back then when we were like a really small company, so we did something like really cheap, and so like we had like a really cheap apartment because it was like really far out.
Why do your first company choose Bao'an over Huaqiang?
So like honestly, most of it was that we knew like